Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of DIY Homesteading. Today, we're going to be learning how to make cheese at home. The cheese we're going to be making is a type of farmer's cheese, which can be compared to your standard cottage cheese, except it's slightly more acidic and has a firmer texture. You can add different herbs to it if you want. I'm going to use thyme in mine, but you can also just season it with salt and pepper. Let's go over what equipment you need. You'll need a gallon of milk, apple cider vinegar. You can also use lemon juice, white vinegar, or a combination of any of the three. Salt and pepper, thyme, if you like. This is, as I said, optional. Cheesecloth, a rubber band, twine, or something similar to use as a tie, a measuring cup, a large pot. I used a stock pot, and in my opinion, the larger the better, so it doesn't overflow. Either a spatula with a silicone head or a wooden spoon. I don't recommend plastic utensils, as they could melt. A slotted spoon, a colander, 2 large bowls, and a few canning jars, which are optional depending on whether or not you want to keep your way. To begin, set your stove on medium-high heat. Add your large pot to the stove, then pour in the whole gallon of milk. Stirring continuously, always scraping the bottom, allow your milk to come to a rolling boil. This may take a long time. Pro tip: pasteurized milk will boil faster than ultra-pasteurized milk, which is what I'm using here. I also recommend using whole milk, as that will give you a creamier cheese, but you can decide which milk you want to use. This boiling process took about 30 minutes, but with the magic of editing, we can reduce that to just a few seconds. When your pot of milk is nicely boiling, turn off the heat and immediately pour in 1/2 cup of apple cider vinegar and stir gently for a few seconds. The milk will begin to curdle and your curds will separate from your whey. Next, place the cheesecloth inside your colander and set your colander on top of one of the bowls. Using your slotted spoon, carefully scoop the curds into the cheesecloth. When you've spooned all your curds into the colander, add your seasonings. This could be herbs, garlic, whatever you want. Here, I'm using fresh thyme, which is my favorite herb, and some salt and pepper. Give it a good stir with your spatula, making sure your herbs and spices are evenly distributed. Next, wrap your cheese in the cheesecloth and secure the ends together with a rubber band. Find a nice cabinet handle in your kitchen and tie the string to the end of your cheese bundle. Hang it by attaching it with a string to your cabinet handle. We want the cheese to drip, but not be squeezed or pressed. Make sure your bowl is sitting beneath the cheese to catch the drips. Allow your cheese to hang until the dripping stops, about 1 hour. While you wait, you can pour your whey into jars if you're wanting to keep it. You can use the whey to make butter, ricotta cheese, and other items or foods for your home. Place a piece of cheesecloth on your jar, pushing downward on it slightly to allow stray curds to catch in the cloth. Then, secure it by screwing the ring of the lid to the top. Place your jar in the sink to avoid a mess, and carefully pour your whey into the jar. Repeat as necessary until all the whey is in jars. Remove the cheesecloth, then place the sealing lid and the ring on the jar and screw it in place. Keep the jars in a refrigerator. If stored properly, whey can last for several months. When your cheese is done dripping, you can dig in. I wanted to eat mine on crusty bread, so I spread it on with a small knife. Store the remaining cheese in the refrigerator in a sealed container. And that's how you make farmer's cheese. Thanks for joining us for another episode of DIY Homesteading. For more videos, you can check us out on our website or follow us on YouTube. We'll see you next time.